What's up YouTube, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you all how to wholesale pre-foreclosures home. So I get a lot of messages on Instagram and here on YouTube on how to wholesale properties that are in pre-foreclosure. And I think that's because people think it's so much different than all these other lists we go after. But honestly, you wholesale it the same way you would wholesale a tire landlord list, a list that is in tax delinquents or different things like that. But there are certain things you need to know about the pre-foreclosure or the foreclosure process in order to wholesale a property. And so we'll explore that more in this video. So if you all find any value from this video, if it's actually teaching you all and learning and you all are actually implementing the different ways to wholesale pre-foreclosures home, be sure to like this video, comment down below, and then subscribe. So first, let's just get right into this video. It's straight to the point. I actually have a checklist for you all to follow, a step-by-step guideline. So look at this, you all. This is crazy, right? So this is like a class. So make sure you all take action on this. So number one, you have to pull a pre-foreclosure list. So the first way to pull it is through a software called PropStream. So if you all follow my videos or talk about PropStream, it's a software where you can pull different lists to target. And so another thing about PropStream is that you can get a 70-day free trial using my link down below. If you all are interested, it just really helps support this channel. And it's just one way to show your support of my videos and different things like that. So I'm just going to type a city in Orlando, Florida, and boom. The great thing about PropStream is they have these pre-made pre-foreclosures boxes list that you can just click on, right? So if I just click on that, boom, I have a list of over 1,500 pre-foreclosures. But there are certain criteria that I like to filter down to. So for example, if I go to filters, I'll keep these the same. Let's say I want ownership info. I want them to have, now, if you want to do more creative deal, then you don't really necessarily have to do this. But what I like to do, I like to go to valuation and equity because I need to have some equity in order to wholesale their house. So I'm just going to put 40% for right now and see if it changes a lot. So your list is down to 10, 16. So you have a list of about 1,000 people. Another thing I kind of want to do is check. I don't want a house that has recently been bought, if that makes sense. So if I go to, I believe it's ownership info, minimum years, let's put 5 years. So now we're down to 900. So these are properties that, the owner owned for 5 years or more and have 40% or more equity in the property. So this is definitely a list that you can target, that you can cold call and different things like that. Another thing that you can do, if you notice the document type, you see that it has these different information. So notice of liens or whatever this means, but these are pre-foreclosures. So I know in other cities, this list is not as big. Like for example, if I go to Atlanta, Georgia, it's a big city like Dallas, but there's only 126 lists that is populated on PropStream itself. So another way that you can pull for pre-foreclosures are using title companies. So title companies, they usually have information about this, and some lawyers do too. What you can do, you can call them up, be like, hey, I need a list of your pre-foreclosures. Do you all have any information about a certain list of people? Maybe you can get some probates from an attorney, but we're concentrating on pre-foreclosure. So once you have your list, so from Dallas, Texas, we pulled a list of 900 people. Now you have to figure out, what is your marketing style? Do you like PPC? Do you like texting? Do you like cold calling? Do you like doing direct mail? Whether that is, if you're cold calling or texting, you have to skip trace their phone numbers. I have different videos on how to skip trace using PropStream also, because you can skip trace on PropStream only 12 cents per lead, which is pretty good. So check the link down below once again for PropStream. And then if you're sending out mailers, all you have to do is just pull that list. You can send mail actually directly from PropStream. I actually never use it, but you can actually just pull that list and use another software if you like another software. So me personally, I use the Yellow Letter HQ to send out my postcards. And so I just upload the list of the sellers in the pre-foreclosure list and I send that off to Yellow Letter and they send off the postcard. So that's what you have to do next. So you see the step by step. So if you all message me or put a comment on my video on how to wholesale pre-foreclosures, this is what you do. Next, you have to talk with the motivated seller. So never bring up the pre-foreclosures instantly. Always build rapport. No matter what list you're targeting, you have to build rapport, period, right? And so eventually you get to the point where you start talking about price, you start talking about mortgages and different things like that. And hopefully these lists are updated that you can start asking, okay, how much is left on the property? I like to phrase it like that, like, oh, okay. So, I'm around this price. If you guys kind of agreed upon price, or even before agreeing upon price, you can start asking. So, I see that you own this property for this long. How much is left on the mortgage or something like that? And, sometimes they'll tell you, and that's when they can start talking about the pre-foreclosures or different things like that. If they still haven't mentioned it, then you can kind of talk about it like, hey, I'm an investor. I research my properties I'm going to see, and I noticed that with this particular property, it kind of showed up on like a pending lien or like a pre-foreclosure list. Do you have that all squared away? I mean, are you in pre-foreclosures and different things like that? And just bring it up naturally, of course, and always build that rapport. So the thing with pre-foreclosures is that you have to know the payoff amount. Let's say the seller say, yeah, I'm in pre-foreclosure. I haven't paid my mortgage in like 9 months or something like that. Um, and you have to have a foreclosure date. And they say, yeah, I only have 2 more months until it's foreclosed, until the banks takes hold of my property. And the payoff amount is $60,000. So boom. So you know the payoff amount to clear them of that pre-foreclosure. And then you already done your research on the market value, how much it will cost to repair and different things like that. Let's say it's worth 150,000. Boom. So the pre-foreclosure amount is 60,000. Let's say you ask them, okay, I can do the 60,000 after you pay that off. How much do you want in cash? How much do you want in your hand? Let's say they want 20 grand, and now you have a price of 80,000 that you can work with. So it's just really important with pre-foreclosures just to know the payoff amount and the foreclosure date, because if the foreclosure date is like tomorrow, unless you're gonna buy the house yourself in cash and sell it later, if it's a smoking deal, it's going to be hard to find a buyer and do the title search. And even if you're buying it yourself, like the title search and everything can take a while. So knowing that those two things is kind of like the only difference to me, and just the way you talk to the seller. Those three things are the only differences than targeting any other list. All right, you all. So let's just continue on with this list. So you get them under contract, just like any other wholesale deal. You contact your cash buyers, you get them under contract with an assignment on contract. And if you all are interested in any contracts, link down below. And then you get with the title company, and I have videos on contracts, on what to do after you get a property under contract, and title company. So I have a title company playlist actually down there that you all can check, where I actually go to the title company and show you all me collecting my assignment fee checks, and I talk to you all how to find wholesaler friendly title companies, right? So I hope you all really enjoyed this video. This was just a straight to the point video on the different steps on how to wholesale pre-foreclosures. It's straight to the point. Like, I think a lot of people get worried when they hear the word pre-foreclosure. It's fine as long as they're not in foreclosure. Once they're in foreclosure, it's owned by the bank. So you cannot do an assignment with a bank-owned property, right? You can either try to buy it in the foreclosure in auction. That's when it usually goes to auctions and stuff like that. That's when you can do different things. So I hope you all once again enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll talk to you all later. Yeah, done under 10 minutes. Look at that. Boom.